you talked about the hardships that your mother endured and how it kind of hardened her in ways that motivated her to succeed. And when you look at Dave Ramsey's story, he had kind of a similar story to that. Just tragedy struck. They lost everything. And that experience hardened him to make changes to his life so that he could succeed in life. And it's why, as much as I may disagree with Dave about certain things, I never approach it in a disrespectful way. There's never a good reason to disrespect someone, number one, but I'm not judgmental towards it because I can understand where he's coming from, and I can see he had a visceral reaction to losing literally everything but his life and his family, and just having his life crumble down around him. And I've had life-changing experiences like that, and I know and can attest to how it just changes you forever, and it hardens your focus to where you just hold on tight to an ideal to succeed and never let go.
Hit the like button and please subscribe so my daddy can get me new toys. Thanks.
I have a responsibility because now I'm at a further point in my life than my parents were when they were my age. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. And I can just celebrate and, do a victory lap and spend all the money on me when I die. Or I can say, I've got a daughter. And when she's my age now, in 30 something years, when she's my age, I want her to be even further than where I was. Isn't that the point? If I got past the baton of poverty and I've been able to run and been fortunate enough and worked hard enough to turn poverty into having a little bit of money, right? I have a positive net worth, which is more than I can say of most people in the United States, right?
Yeah.
I have a positive net worth. Shouldn't it be my goal when I pass that baton off that I've given all the tools that I can, that baton, to my daughter so that she can be a millionaire, right? That's why would I have any other life goal other than that, to make sure that I'm pushing the next generation even further than where I went?
Well, you know what's wild? Not everybody feels the way that you do, and not everybody has the reaction that you did. So
right.
There are a lot of people who go through adversity or go through poverty, and instead of it strengthening their resolve, it goes the other way, right? Mm-hmm. They make choices to say, you know what? I'm just not even going to try, because what's the point and why is it worth it? I'm just going to end up right in the same spot anyway. Right. And then they make really foolish decisions about how they treat their family members, their community members, and we're not even going to go down that road.
Right.
But yeah. I also have, I have clients who say, you know what? I had to scrape and claw and work my, what off to get to where I am. And I'm not going to give my kids a handout. I have a client who famously once said he wants his last check to bounce. And okay. You know what? I sincerely applaud you, because, you are trying to take the work that you've done and build on it, and you're creating a legacy, right, for yourself and your daughter. And she's going to look back and say, my father always taught me X, and he always believed Y. And she's going to remember those things, right? I mean, most of the bad habits people learn about money, they learn from their parents. So if you can, share with her some of the success you've had and some of the failures you've had, it can provide a pathway for her to have success of her own. But I do think that, it's a fine line, because my husband and I look at our kids and go, man, they have no idea how most people live. We have a very comfortable lifestyle, and, we're extremely fortunate. And so, we try to teach our children through service that this doesn't just happen. And it's not an accident. It's all on purpose, and it's hard work and dedication, in some cases over generations. And I've been very clear that my kids would not be where they are without my mother having made her decision when she was 15 years old that she was never going to let that happen to her again.
Yeah.
And it's pretty remarkable when you think about it.
It really is. You made me think about Alexis, my daughter, and of course, my measurement for you have no idea how good you have it, slightly different, but she's never had salmon out of a can before. She knows what fresh salmon is from the store. I didn't even know until I got married. I never even knew that you could buy fresh salmon from a grocery store. I didn't even know that entire section existed. And my daughter has never seen a live cockroach inside the house. Has never encountered that. That has never happened to her ever. And I'm like, do you understand, woman? The 100-year-old houses with no insulation I lived in, and the bugs were pets. Like, do you understand